Welcome back, everybody, talking about some more RV sales process. And today we're going to be talking about asking for the sale, right? Because at the end of the day, if you do a good sales process and you don't end up asking for the sale, you're not going to sell anything. It's very few and far between where a customer tells you, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Salesperson, write me up for this RV. I'm ready to buy it. I don't care what the numbers are. Let's just get it done. Here's cash, or I have financing, or blah, blah, blah. A lot of the time when someone tells you that, they probably have bad credit and can't get bought in the deal, possibly. Or, it's just, kind of blowing smoke, I guess, because the serious buyers are going to take their time a little bit. They're going to feel out the salesperson. They're going to feel out, the situation. They're going to see if you're adding value to their life, or, if you're just trying to get a commission, and they're going to make their decision that way. But if you do a good job throughout the sale and you're able to find their emotions and you're able to, connect your customer with the RV or the product or service that they're looking at, and then you end up saying, hey, I'm not going to ask them for the sale. They're just going to buy, if they want to, they're usually not buying, right? You have to ask for the sale. You have to make sure that it is a point in your sales process where you're asking for it. Maybe you're using trial closes, while you're demoing the RV or whatever the case is, but we have to make sure we're asking for the sale. Okay. And this, it might sound stupid, but there's too many salespeople out there that think that if they just do a good enough job, if they just do what their customer tells them, if they just, X, Y, or Z, that the customer's just going to be like, hey, yeah, let me buy it. Where do I sign? And that's just not the case. Okay. Especially if you're at RV shows, if you're still doing RV shows or whatever the case might be, if you're not asking for the sale at an RV show, you're going to go through the whole show without selling an RV. Okay, so we have to get good at not just taking our customer through the sales process and learning their needs, learning their wants, learning their emotions, learning the things that, we need to learn so that we can add value into their life with the right product, service, RV, motorhome, travel trailer, whatever they're looking at. Okay. And then once we do that, we have to make sure we're asking for the sale. Right. And one way that I like to do it, honestly, I start even in my introduction. And, if you've been to videos before, you've probably heard my introduction. But even in my introduction, I kind of ask for the sale because I want to get my customer used to hearing me, the salesperson, ask them to buy the RV. Okay. So if you've ever heard my introduction, you've heard me say, hey, welcome to XYZ RV. What can I help you with? We're here to not buy anything. We're just here to waste your time. Okay, great. Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever bought an RV from our dealership before? Okay, so this is the first time I'm doing a soft ask for a buy in a sense. Okay, I'm getting them used to hearing me asking them if they've bought, if they want to buy right in the very beginning of the sales process. So as soon as I meet them, the first thing I say, hey, let me ask you this. Have you ever bought from our RV dealership before? They're going to say yes. They're going to say no. But this is the start of the customer getting used to me, the salesperson, asking them to buy in a roundabout way, right? Because I don't have them on a unit yet. But what I say is, hey, have you bought from here before? They're going to say yes. They're going to say no. It doesn't matter because the next thing I go into is, okay, great. Well, the way that we do business here at XYZ dealership is we sit you down. We learn exactly what you're looking for. We ask you, who, what, when, where, why, how questions so we can learn exactly the kind of RV you're going to need while you're out there traveling. Okay, once I learn enough information about the RV that you're going to need, I'll take a look at my inventory. Once I look at my inventory, I'm going to see if we even have an RV that meets your needs. Okay. Now, I'm doing this because I want to let them know I'm not going to waste your time. I'm only going to show you something if it actually meets your needs. Okay. Once I look at my inventory, I'm going to see if something meets your needs. If it does meet your needs, I'm going to take you out to the lot. We'll take a look at one or two RVs. Once we take a look at those, two RVs, we'll come back into the dealership. We'll sit down at the desk. I'll show you the numbers. That way you know exactly what you need to buy this RV for cash or a monthly payment. Okay. And then if it's the right RV, you'll buy it. If it's not the right RV, I won't even ask you to buy it. Does that sound fair enough? Okay, boom. Right now, here in the beginning, I'm in the introduction still, right? And you see that I've already asked, kind of, call it a trial close. We've kind of trial closed them 2 different times in the introduction. Okay, this is on purpose. This is so the customer gets used to me hearing or used to me asking them to buy the RV. This is so that when I say later, hey, do you want to buy this RV because it's a perfect RV? They say yes or no, whatever. I can come back to the introduction and say, hey, I told you if I found you the right RV, I'd ask you to buy it. And if I didn't find you the right RV, then I wouldn't ask you to buy it. But just so happens that this is the perfect RV for you. So here I am asking you to buy it, like I told you I would in the very beginning. Okay. So they're not unaware that you're going to ask them to buy an RV. In fact, you've told them that you were going to ask them to buy an RV. And they also agreed to let you ask them to buy the RV if it's the perfect RV for them. So the caveat here as an RV salesperson is as long as you show an RV or two to your customer that actually meets their needs, then it will be an RV for your customer. So in turn, you always have the permission to ask your customer to buy the RV from them in the introduction because you showed them a perfect RV that meets their needs. Why do you know it meets their needs? Because in our interview and qualify, we asked them enough who, what, when, where, why, and how questions to learn their needs, to learn their wants, to learn their desires, to now know that this is the perfect RV for our customer. It's like when you go to a doctor and they diagnose you and they ask you questions and they run tests and they do X and they do Y and they do Z. And they're like, well, hey, this is what you have, right? You have the flu. Okay. You have COVID, whatever you have, they can tell you. Okay. So once you take your customer through the diagnosis and you ask the right questions and you learn the right things and so on and so forth, then just like a doctor, you can show them an RV that meets their needs, or you can show them the prescription, I guess, okay, to their issues or their problems. And when you can do that, now we're showing the right RVs, we're adding value to people's lives, and because we're showing the right RVs in the beginning, our customer gave us permission to ask for the sale. And you told them you were going to. Okay. So this allows it to be not as confrontational. I know sometimes when salespeople get into sales or they're newer to sales, it's a little harder for them to ask for the sale. They think that if they just do, and I'm not, I'm someone that's been in the same boat. When I first started in sales, 5 million years ago, I did this. I thought that, hey, listen, if I just do the right thing, if I do what the customer says, if I show them the right units, if I have them in the ballpark budget, then they're just going to say, Chris, I want to buy this. Write me up. I'm signing. Okay. And it was short lived that I found out that that wasn't true, because what would start to happen is customers would come and look at these perfect products at the right budgets. Okay. And I would never ask for the close. So they would just think about it. They would say, hey, Chris, this is a beautiful car. I just want to think about it. I'm going to go home and, I'm going to pray on it. I'm going to sleep on it. I'm going to talk to my wife. I'm going to whatever that, there's a million excuses. I'm sure you've heard them. And then I'd be like, cool, they're going to, my sales manager, they'd see him leave. They'd be like, Chris, why are they leaving? I'd be like, well, they love the RV, or I'm sorry, they love the car. I was in cars before I was in RVs. They love the car, but they just want to go home and think about it. Now, this is when I was new in car sales and dealership sales, and we didn't have sales training. It was kind of, you're hired. This is kind of what you do. Go out. If you're good, they keep you. If not, they fired you. Okay. So I didn't know anything. So I go out there and, I'm just like, yeah, I give them a great job. I show them the perfect car, and then they leave. And then I call them back and they don't answer. I leave them voicemails. They don't answer. At that point, I think, maybe I was sending texts. I'm not sure. I don't think I was sending texts. Maybe it was calls and emails at that point in time. Mostly calls and emails, I would say, right? And at that point, I wasn't calling people like I should have. I wasn't following up like I should have. I'd call them one or two times. They wouldn't answer, and I'd be like, I don't want to bother them, right? I'm calling them too much. And then what I found out was they would buy cars from other dealerships. I'd have people answer the phone after they bought the car, right? They wouldn't answer the phone call while they were buying the car. They would just answer after they bought it, and they would say, "Yo, hey, Chris, I did love the vehicle you showed me, but, I found this other vehicle that was just so much more perfect than yours." About the same vehicle. So much more perfect than yours oh man, I got a great deal out of it, but you're an amazing salesperson. We appreciate your time, Chris. Thank you. And they'd hang up, or then, they'd say bye. And I'd be sitting there like, dude, how come I cannot sell a car? I was mind boggled. And, come to find out later in my year, after I got burnt, after that happened to me so many times, after I learned and, kind of suck out information from other salespeople who were successful, and like asked them, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, this is what I'm doing. Like, I literally was going to other salespeople that were having success in the dealership and saying, hey, show me what I'm doing wrong, teach me, so on and so forth. And come to find out, I wasn't asking for the sale. I was being too passive, right? Customers would like the products, but I just wouldn't ask enough. I wouldn't be aggressive enough in the close. I wouldn't, overcome enough objections to get my customer to a point where they'd buy, and then they would just leave, and then another salesperson would do that, right? They would, overcome the objections. They would ask for the sale multiple times. They would let them know, hey, this is the perfect car for you. Why are you leaving? Sign right here. And then eventually those people would buy from the other salespeople. But because I was letting them off the hook in a sense, even though I knew I had them on a perfect car, they weren't buying from me. So you have to understand that happens in RVs, it happens in cars, it happens in boats, it happens all over the place. And if you're not asking for the sale, then you are making a mistake. Okay, so the best way to ask for the sale, I've come to learn, is to just loop back to your customer's emotions. So, in the introduction, we have, that ask, have you ever bought from our RV dealership? Then in the end of the introduction, we have, if I show you the right RV, okay, then you'll buy it. If not, I won't even ask you to buy it, saying that jokingly, right? Hey, if it's the right RV, you'll buy it. If it's not the right RV, I won't even ask you to buy it. Sound fair enough? Okay. And then, yeah, that sounds fair, Chris. Perfect. Boom. I run them through the sales process. We got them in the RV. Okay. They're looking at the RV. It's a perfect RV. Their eyes light up, right? That you feel that this is the right RV. You know that this is the one that they want to buy. So you're going to say, hey, this is the perfect RV for you. I saw your eyes light up when you're looking at it. All the features are here. It's at the perfect price. You want to go inside, take a look at these numbers so you can see what you can get this RV for in a monthly payment or for cash, right? They're going to say yes. We're going to go inside. We're going to show them the numbers. And then once we show them the numbers, we're going to say, hey, do you want to buy it? They're going to say, no, I don't want to buy it, right? I just want to think about it. I want to go home, talk to my wife, whatever they're going to tell you, okay? And all we're going to do is we're just going to loop back. I hear what you're saying, but let me ask you this. How come you want to go home and, speak with your wife? What we can do is we can make it contingent on your wife's approval. But, what I know is the perfect RV for you. It's at the right price. It's going to, add value to your life, and it's going to help you accomplish all the things that we spoke about in the interview and qualify. So sign right here, right? Well, Chris, it is the perfect RV, but, I really need to go home and think about it. Well, I hear what you're saying, but let me ask you this. What's there to think about? It's the perfect RV. Your son, your daughter that you want to go camping with, they're not getting any younger. You said you want to start traveling as soon as next month, and this is the RV that's going to help you do that. You have the truck to pull it. You have the plans. You guys are all getting, older, not younger, right? So, buy this RV today, right? Well, Chris, those are good points. My kids are getting older. It is the right RV. I do have the truck to pull it, but I still need to think about. I hear what you're saying, but let me ask you this. What do you need to think about? It's the perfect RV for you. It's going to take you to the Grand Canyon. It's going to help you, knock out bucket list items. It's going to help you fish with your son and you kayak with your daughter and spend time with your wife around the fire while the kids are having fun with their cousins and so on that are at the campground. You could start doing that today. But if you wait, you can't. So stop waiting, stop putting your dreams off, stop putting memories off with your family and your friends. Buy this RV today, sign right here. Boom. Right? Now you see, I'm into like 3 or 4 or 5 different asks for the sale just by looping back to overcome the objection. Okay, so I've found the easiest way to overcome an objection, okay, is just by looping back and going back to their emotions. I hear what you're saying, but let me ask you this. You're going to have a lot of fun in this RV. You're going to be able to travel all the different places that you've wanted to. You're going to be able to go to the beach next week with your wife and your kids. So I understand that you want to think about it, but sign right here. Buy this RV today, right? We can make it contingent on you thinking about it because it's better to get a signature and a deposit today contingent on them thinking about it than it is to let them walk with no signature, no deposit, and no contingency. Just, hey, I'll call you back later, Chris. It just doesn't help. Okay. So, while we're out there in these RVs, while we're showing units, while we are adding value to our customers' lives, do not forget to ask for the sale. Okay. And if your dealership or your business needs more customers to talk to, then that's what my agency does. We get more customers to your dealership, to your business, to your websites, to your sales funnels, so that your salespeople can be having more conversations and in turn closing more deals. If you want to get more customer leads for your dealership or business, give me a call directly, 330-703-3930. Again, 330-703-3930. Or if you want sales training for your sales team, or you want to add some sales training, or you want to do some in-person training, or whatever the case is, give me a call too. I'd love to help you with sales training. I'd love to help you get more, leads to your dealerships, to your sales teams. Give me a call, 330-703-3930. You can also pick up the book, Sell More, Live More Sales Training. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Barnes & Noble. The link is in the description. So go jump on that link, buy the book, Sell More, Live More Sales Training, written by the one and only Chris Paulino. That way you can get, introduced to the sales process. You can have, a guide that helps you through the sales process and helps you learn your customers' needs, wants, and desires. So go grab that book, Sell More, Live More Sales Training. Again, it's on Amazon. It's on Barnes & Noble. The link is in the description. And if you want to join our sales training program, you can do that if you don't like to read, right? You can join our virtual sales training program. It's all videos and audio. Over 40 plus videos that teach you and walk you through the RV sales training process. So if you want to get better at RV sales, sign up for the RV sales training program. You can do that at sellmorelivemore.net. That link is also in the description. Go to sellmorelivemore.net. The program is only $97. Okay, so it's very inexpensive, or it's $9.97 a month, somewhere around there. So $10 a month, or $100 for the whole program, roughly. Not sure how long them prices will be that low. So go grab the program, sellmorelivemore.net, or sign up for the monthly program if you don't want to spend $100 at one time, and get access to the 40 plus videos that way. That way you can get your sales process sharpened up and good to go. But again, give me a call directly, 330-703-3930. If you or your sales team need more leads, or maybe you need more sales training, whatever the case is, give me a call, 330-703-3930. So I appreciate everybody for being here for this RV sales process. I'll see you on the next one.